We interrupt this program to bring you a special report.
Hi, I'm your host for this coronavirus special, like you call it, what you will. I'm your host, Paul Flinders, and joining us tonight we have two gentlemen that have decided to take their time out of their evening to give us their thoughts on what can only describe as possibly the only talking point that really most people are going on about. It is Alan Morrison and James Bunkell.
Hello.
How we doing?
Yeah, so this is a different approach for us because normally, we're the happy-go-lucky sort of like unscripted podcast sort of thing, especially on R.A.D. But yeah, this is not going to be an R.A.D. podcast. Nor is it going to be a lost art. It's going to be a thing of its own. We've decided, really, well, between us three, that we're going to talk about it because it's like say it's the main topic of the times at this moment in time. However long that time will last, who knows? But we intend this to be the only podcast that we talk about it on. So, basically, this is our opportunity to blow our loads about this subject, and then...
Dirty bastard.
Yeah, we'll move on.
I think that's one of the things that this is supposed to be to do a lot of.
Yeah. Oh, well.
Wow.
let's start the bar low, guys.
Yeah, it didn't take long, did it?
Bloody told you. Oh, we'll do it seriously. Yeah, right.
Oh, that was the first joke, wasn't it? Jesus Christ. But yeah, let's just say, like, the planet is fucking riddled with this thing. Normal society is on its fucking knees. Yeah, it's how do we start this conversation?
Start from the beginning. Start with China. Start how it came to be and just work our way through.
Well, this is it. I mean, like, if we're sort of like tracing a sort of like, timeline of events of sort of thing. Apparently it was, I don't know how proven this is. I will say from the start, this is not going to be facts. We are not 100% in the know what is going on.
None of us are experts on this thing, but at the end of the day, some Chinese guy ate a bat.
There you go.
And now we're all fucked.
Yeah, some guy ate a bat.
If you believe what the media says, of course. But at the end of the day, I think this is probably more talking about what the media has been saying, because not to say the most reliable information you can get, but the majority of the information that you will get and you will know has all come from the media.
Absolutely.
They are the driving force behind all of it. Mm-hmm. And they are the driving force of what people's knowledge is in terms of it. But some guy ate a bat, he got it, then the whole province of Wuhan got it. Though I would like to point out, no confirmed cases anywhere else in China, like the capital city or anything like that.
Just there.
Which I think is a bit strange. No?
Well, you got to think of it like this, right? So, China is a communist state, as everyone knows. They restrict everyone's use of social media. They restrict everything that you can do. So the reason they've not announced it throughout, because it's not spread, because no one knows about it. I can inform you that Beijing got locked down like nobody's business. So I've got a friend who's working over there. She's an English teacher, and she posts up pictures to people, and it's like a ghost town. It was like a ghost town. Literally, January and February was just like nothing.
Right.
But same in that. If you go over to Russia, Now, Russia's done exactly the same thing. Turned around and said, oh, yeah, we've got no cases. Oh, all right, sorry about that. We've got 5 cases. Oh, yeah, sorry about that. We've got 100 cases. Because they're keeping their gob shut. It's not going over social media. There's not mass panicking. So it gets spread even more. So,
but they're also building a massive hospital on the outskirts of Moscow as well. So
yeah, exactly. So they're kind of, how bad are they?
Yeah, you're never gonna know.
Exactly. So we'll start from the beginning. The coronavirus, it originally came from a bat. It was just a virus that like bats had passed on. It was their version of the flu, of the cold, whatever you want to call it. So that's what got passed on. When it jumped from animal to human, it was like, right, this is only a on-standing case. It's not going to mutate. Then all of a sudden, it quickly mutated and jumped from human to human. Now that's when everything went, oh shit, what we got here. Tried to lock down everywhere and everything like that, but because Chinese are fucking ridiculous, travel over to countries, they don't give a fuck. They're like, yeah, I'm fine, fucking walk through, and next minute they're dead or passed it on and they're in hospital. That's how the infection started. So the coronavirus itself is it's flu-like symptoms, but more. So you feel more drained, chest is fucked, severe diarrhea, digestive system issues, and then you get a build-up of liquid on the lungs, and that's what kills you. If it goes to that next step, it's not the virus. You have the virus and you're dead. It's the case. How good are your lungs? Your lungs are going to be affected. You're going to build up fluid in it. You know, it's literally you're choking to death. You're drowning to death. That's what's killing you.
I mean, it's affecting like people with like respiratory orders mostly.
That's what they've said. Yeah,
that is what they've said. But then you're getting more and more cases of healthy people succumbing to it as well now. Yeah.
So look at that 13-year-old child that died last night.
Mm-hmm.
It was nothing wrong with him, and but they reckon it's a certain blood type as well. You're more susceptible to get it. So I don't know if that's true or it's just in the pipelines or whatever. But it's
hard because it's something they don't know about. Yeah, it's guesswork, isn't it? You know, because it's so new and it spreads so fast. You know what I mean? We're always behind the 8 ball, so to speak.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'll give that World Health Organization done what they have done so far is exemplary. It's really good for them. Really good of them. So when you're creating a vaccine of a disease, virus, or whatever, it takes about 20 years for it to cure because you've got to go through testing. You've got to collect an analysis data of it, how to work it out, what's going to work on it. So that usually takes about 20 years. They've said they've literally, in the last 2 months, done about 15 years worth of work on it.
Yeah.
That's how much money. So, like all your G7, your G20 world leaders have basically gone, right, here's a fuck ton of money. And I think it was something like they got donated something like $5 trillion dollars or something like it worked out, $5 trillion just to get this under control.
Yeah.
So it's crazy.
Well, it's one of those things. I mean, it is. Like I say, because of the way that the media drives people's knowledge of it. I think it's. I don't want to say it's part of the problem, but like you say, they've been given all this money, they've done this research, but some people just think, oh well, it's not going to be me. Still,
yeah,
you know what I mean. And I think the smart, there's a reason why they tell you to stay at home, and there's a reason why they tell you to do, to basically act the way that the government wants you to, in a way. And they do. I think the people who need to be in the know are, more than well aware of it, and they're doing everything they can to resolve the issues. Yeah,
absolutely.
And and it's it's going to be one of these things that it no matter how much money you throw at it, it's going to take time. You can shorten those time frames, but it is going to take time for them to find a cure, if you want to call it a cure for it.
Mm.
You know, and the only thing is, you know, because of the nature of a virus, if you find the cure for it, if it's anything like the flu or common cold or whatever it is, it will mutate again into a slightly different virus that the vaccine, the cure, whatever it is, doesn't actually work on. So then you have to find another one. So it's like if you get your standard flu vaccine, they guess what strains of flu are going to come out that are going to be around that year. So you get injected with all these antibodies that are basically built on guesswork of what type of flu is going to be around, but it could be a completely different strain, and that's why you could still get it.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
Exactly. Plus the aggressiveness of this virus and how quickly it mutates.
Yeah.
How long will a new strand appear?
Yeah.
So
again, it's something they don't know. I'm assuming they don't know.
Yeah.
Because we would have been told.
Well, I mean, this virus has only been known about. Well, the COVID-19 has only been known about since New Year's Eve, which is why it's called COVID-19.
December.
Yeah, December.
So it was early December when the first one appeared. Yeah, the first case. That's what I was looking for. Appeared.
Yeah.
I couldn't do with the word then.
That's why it's called COVID-19. But yeah, it's really, really highly infectious. You know, you can just get it. You can get it just touching stuff. It's no joke.
It lives in the air. It lives on surfaces. It lives in people who don't necessarily have any symptoms. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's why I suppose you could say it's closely related to the common cold and the flu virus. You know, I mean, to be fair, I don't know the ins and outs of how they're related, but to a similar case, you can catch it in exactly the same ways. It's airborne. Animals can get it. You know, you can get it from somebody else who's got it. You can get it from somebody who doesn't have any symptoms but is a carrier of it. You can get it from, you know, if somebody sat at your desk and it hasn't been cleaned properly or whatever it may be. You know, it's the rate of infection is, you know, I mean, people were talking about it being in very, very small numbers, which I think it still is at those relatively small numbers in terms of percentage of the population who actually catches it, and then it's an even smaller number, the percentage of the people who catch it and then die from it.
Yeah, so they work it out. It's something like 0.00002 the people who caught it, and it's 0.000001 of the people that die.
Yeah,
it doesn't sound massive. You know, it's just like 202 billion people in the world.
Yeah.
So it's just one of those things.
Yeah, there's you know, like we've been in our area. I think we've been, I don't want to say relatively lucky. Lucky is the wrong word, but there has been a relatively low number of cases in the Blackpool and Fylde area.
Because it's relatively sparsely populated when you consider the rest of the country. I mean, down south it's quite packed in. Where the further north you go, the more north of Manchester, shall we say, going up towards it between Manchester and Scotland.
Yeah.
I would say it's relatively sparsely populated when you consider down south where it's all built up, where everyone's living on top of each other. Blackpool, we got it out of season. If we got it in season, if this happened, we would have been fucked. We'd have been Blackpool would have been absolutely fucked. But
Blackpool's absolutely fucked now anyway because the economy's fucked.
Yeah, but at least I'd rather. Here's the thing though: would you rather be dead or alive than fucking just brown bread no matter what? You know what I mean? Or
it is. I mean, the thing is, yes, Blackpool economically has suffered and will continue to suffer because of it.
Yep.
But when we come out the other side of it, Blackpool's going to have what I would see as possibly one of its best seasons ever, because as soon as we come out of it, there is no way that straight away they're going to lift the travel bans to go into other countries. It's not going to happen. So it might be 12 months before they lift those bans, and countries like America, Italy, wherever it is, say, right, you can start coming back.
Yep.
Yeah. But in the meantime, people still want to go on holiday. And where did everybody go on holiday as a kid? They came to Blackpool.
Yep.
So we're gonna have it. It's one of them. It's, can Blackpool survive as it is, with the companies that it's got, to, through this hard period for them, which it's clearly going to be, and then on the other at the other end of it is going to be a boom period, and not just a regular season boom, because you're not going to be able to go to foreign countries, so you're going to have to holiday in this country.
Yep.
And we are a prime destination for that.
No, this is it. I mean, you think about it, when they're talking about this lockdown coming down and stuff starting back to normal, you're not going to be that far away from the Illuminations.
No.
So Blackpool could be absolutely fucking rammed. It could be, in a weird way, it could be a good thing. Because it's going to get people saying that. I don't know. It's going to condense people into one area. No, it's normally the town's packed anyway. It's just going to be, everyone's going to be on top of each other, sort of thing, and that potentially risks itself. A risk in itself if this does mutate and it could come back. But we don't know that. It might not happen. But yeah, I would say, like you say, I wouldn't say we've got lucky. I would say we've been spared the brunt of it so far, just by sheer timing. Because I think Blackpool, like I say, would have been in a lot of trouble if there was, there can be up to 1 million people in Blackpool on the busiest weekends. And this shows you, the permanent population of Blackpool is only 135,000.
Yeah.
So that shows you how much it drops. We got quite lucky. The poor fuckers in London haven't, though.
No. But
they've been hit hard.
Yeah, but unfortunately, that's the nature of London, though. It's incredibly small populated area when you think about it.
Yep.
And and that's why house prices are so high. That's why building rent's so high. It's because everybody wants it.
Yeah. That's why they build up rather than across, because it's cheaper.
Exactly.
Right.
But yeah, it can make you, like I say, it's ravaging it. Well, it's not just this country; it's all over the world. Not just, like you say, health-wise, financially, everyone's on their arse.
Yeah, and and I think, to be fair to them, I think that's all the governments have all acted in different ways to try and come up with their solutions, shall we call them, to it. I think what Boris and his people have come up with here I mean, we're only at the beginning, but what they have proposed, though, involves a lot of government borrowing. I don't see it as, it's not too detrimental to the people who live in the country, so to speak. It'd be interesting to see how it all does play out, and if the things that he's promised all come to fruition. But I can't see why they wouldn't. They rushed to get these things in place because they had no choice.
Mm-hmm.
I wish people had been smarter, and when he started saying, look, this is how you don't go out unless it's absolutely necessary, and then people still went out just because it was sunny.
Yeah.
That pissed me off, and it clearly pissed him off, and pretty much everybody who didn't go out, because that's why we've been forced into this lockdown situation. That's probably almost the main talking point I wanted to discuss while we're here is the lockdown situation, how people are finding themselves affected by this. I saw something stupid online about that. Was it Sam Smith who was crying because he was locked in his £12 million mansion or something?
So much stupid, yeah.
You absolute fucking prick. You know, I'm sorry, but if you have your house is worth £12 million, I'm sure you can find something to do. You stupid bellend. Yeah. You know, that pissed me off. But it's how's this affecting the regular people? You know, and how's it affecting? How are you guys finding it? What's it changed for you? Is it good, bad?
This is it. I mean, we hear a lot in media, don't we, about how these celebrities are coping, this, that, and the other. I mean, there was a big thing about fucking Idris Elba getting it, and then there was like, Mikel Arteta from Arsenal getting it, and Hudson-Odoi from Chelsea getting it, and you get sort of like things like, oh, I've recovered, look, and you saw a video of Hudson-Odoi training like normal with the coronavirus sort of thing. And it's like, well, these are people with money who can do shit like this. There are people out there now that are not going to be able to go out, these vulnerable people that will not be able to go out and get the vital things that they need, and they have no support network. These people are not going to be going on an exercise bike. No. Cycling, because I think, right, well, I need to make sure I'm ready before in case the Premier League season starts again. No, these people are worried about where the next fucking meal might be coming from. And then when you get arseholes, when they do get to go out, and arseholes, these fucking idiots that can't think straight, right, hang on a minute, all the food's going to run out. Well, has it, though? Has it ran out? No. It really hasn't. All they've done is gone, oh, hang on a minute, you're eating twice as much food, which means we're going to get twice as many lorries out on the fucking roads. Yeah,
putting more people at risk.
Yeah. And it's like,
people are idiots.
People are idiots. Because people, they think some massive crisis is going to happen. So what do? They lock up, they stock every fucking thing up. And the one good thing that's come out of this fucking lockdown, if anything else, is the people that it stopped bulk fucking buying.
Yeah.
It is allowing people to get out, get the supplies they need, and be able to stay at home rather than having to risk going out every single day, hoping a delivery has come so they can get their supplies that they desperately need.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like you see all them, like, it was something that I saw while I was online earlier today. The bins overflowing with fresh food because they've gone and they've bulk bought, like, I've bought 10 loaves of bread, and it's like, yeah, you've eaten one of those loaves and then you've thrown 9 in the bin because you're a prick.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like. Being unable to find chicken in the supermarkets because people have bulk bought chicken. Oh my god! And then there's going to be no chickens, and then it's fucking in the bin. It's like, are you being serious?
It's a joke.
Yeah, and these people are fucking idiots.
Absolute joke. Absolute joke.
Yeah, it is, and okay, there's an argument people make. Well, if that's what they want to do with their money. Right, well, that's fine. If that's what they want to do with their money, fine. But then go and ask the person who is only able to get out of their house one time in a week because they're an elderly person. Maybe they've been told that they can't, because of the quarantine, you can't go out, and you have to rely on, the goodness of strangers or of your neighbours going and getting things for you. But they can't go and find these things because people have gone and, these panic buyers have gone, they've bought all the chicken, they've bought all the toilet roll. The cardboard inner tubes are made in China, we must buy all the toilet roll. Come on, cardboard inner tubes, for fuck's sake. We'll find cardboard, lads.
Exactly, we recycle all of it.
Exactly.
Made in China, we fucking recycle it here. And then, while we're talking about bulk buying, I'm going to fucking name and shame some cunt.
Do it.
Gemma fucking Collins. That fucking fat waste of fucking space.
Oh, right? Yeah.
She goes and glorifies bulk buying by posting some video. I don't know if it was on her Instagram or I ended up watching it on Facebook. Right? And she's there going, I've folded. I'm going to the shop. Operation COVID-19, here we come. And she fills up 5 trolleys, I think.
Fucking hell.
5 trolleys. And the worst thing about it is she used her celebrity status to push her weight around and got the staff to do it for her.
Fuck off.
And they packed the bags.
Oh.
They put it in her car. And this was after the time we got told there was restrictions on buying things, like loo roll.
It's fucking bullshit. I mean, at the end of the day, what's she famous for? Being a fat pig on TV?
Exactly.
Pretty much.
You know, and
Falling off stage.
Yeah, and okay, you know, people are going to call me out for saying that. And you know what? It's probably wrong to insult her and, you know, I'll do it. This, that, and the other. But at the end of the day, she's been a fucking dickhead. Yeah. You know what I mean? And if all these people are like, oh, it's fat shaming, blah blah blah. No, at the end of the day, she's a fucking dickhead.
Yeah,
and she's thick.
All right, take the weight joke out of it.
Yeah,
She's still a complete cunt. And she's basically taking food. I'm out of food, as I said. There might be a single mother out there that can only go out a certain amount of times.
Yeah.
And she's taken all the fucking shelving out.
Yeah. Well, that's it. Exactly. You're taking it away from the people who might need it most.
Yeah, there might be a kid there that night that won't be able to eat because Gemma Collins has folded.
Yeah. Exactly. You know, but that's it. The problem is, people like that don't think about anybody else.
No.
And you can sit there and say they do this charity work and that and the other, but I bet you they still get paid a fee.
Do you know what? If I was in sort of charity and I had her on my books, I'd be fucking sacking her instantly.
Yeah.
That. No way. And I'll be brutally honest with her, I hope her fucking career goes the same way.
Yeah.
After that. She can go and fuck herself. Absolutely go and fuck herself.
Okay.
It's basically, it's greed. It's glorifying greed.
It is.
At a time where we need to be looking out for each other. Let's be honest. Let's just fucking pin it on that. We need to look out for ourselves, right?
Yeah.
And the worst thing about this, or maybe even the best thing, right? I was speaking to my wife about it the other day. Says, why has it taken a fucking virus to instill community spirit?
Yeah.
Why has it taken a deadly illness for people to go, well, I'll look out for you?
Yeah.
Rather than talking about them behind the back. Because, you know.
Well, this is what always happens. Every pandemic, war, or anything like that, this always happens. World War II being a prime example.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone bonded together and everyone, you know, camaraderie and all that shit. Right? And then, the war's over, no one spoke to each other.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It'll be exactly the same way when this is over with. But it's a shame. It's an absolute shame. It shows. It just shows how bad a fucking community the nation, or the world is in a way, because it's taken something that could potentially wipe a good chunk of the planet off the face of the earth to make people to rally around and go, right, we'll look out for each other, we'll make sure we'll all survive. Yeah,
it's not necessarily like just communities. It's society in today's day and age. Society teaches us that the people we should care about are the people that we see on TV.
Yeah.
Not the next door neighbor who, you know, might it's not your next door neighbor. It's not the person who lives across the street from you. It's, you know, you should be looking out for yourself and be more in, and what you're programmed almost to care about is, I wonder what Jesse Lingard's doing on Instagram right now. Oh wait, he's still shit because he always was. Yep. I wonder what
Gemma Collins
is doing. Oh, she's panic buying. Oh, I should copy her. Oh, I wonder what Ben Saunders is doing after he signed that big fight with Canelo. Oh shit, there goes his career.
Yeah.
You know, but that's what you're programmed to do, and you're not. You know, people are. It's because people should. You know, what you should do is you should be able to go and, you know, speak to your neighbor. You should be able to go and, you know, have that almost camaraderie almost with the people who are around you, physically around you. Yeah. But because of the way they're programmed, because they're programmed just like you are, if I went and spoke to my neighbor, they'd be like, what the fuck are you doing? Yeah. You know what I mean? Why are you here? Fuck off. We don't know each other.
I'm lucky because my street, the neighbours around me, we all get on, so it's not too bad in that retrospect. But if you go to places like London, you've got a flat in London, great. You won't know anyone, literally living around you because they keep themselves to themselves.
It's like that round here.
Yeah. Well, that's it. You'll be lucky. If you live in London. You'll be lucky if you know anybody else in that building. The whole building. You know what I mean? It'll be and it happens every day because you'll do the same thing at work. You'll walk past somebody and you'll see them every day, and you'll either give them that the raise of the chin or the head nod or whatever it might be, and that's it. But that's the entirety of your interaction with this person for what could be years, and you'll see them every single day in the same place, and you'll never go, "Hi, I'm such and such," and strike up a conversation because you're not programmed to. You're programmed to actually ignore this person, listen to what's going on in either your headphones or what you're watching on your phone as you're walking down the corridor. You're programmed to be introverted.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I don't, and to be fair, even more that you see, like they almost, again, look at the quarantine. The quarantine's like, oh, stay inside, don't do this, don't do that. They want you to be introverted.
Yep.
Again, and this is part of the reason that I don't understand why people are struggling with it so much, because you're programmed to be that way anyway. You don't go talk to your neighbours. Okay, you might go see your friends and you go, you get together with the lads and you watch the football or whatever it is, but none of that's going on. So it's not like you're missing out on anything. No. It's just not happening.
And there's ways around it with technology nowadays. I mean,
exactly. Look at us now.
Yeah, so now we are recording a podcast and we are talking to each other. Our good friend Coxie and Christ and a few others got together last night on Skype and spoke to each other and had a few drinks.
Yeah.
It's doable. Technology's there for us to do that now.
Well, look at me. I work in the catering industry, and unfortunately, we're on a 12-week ban. So our venue's closed for 12 weeks. We won't reopen again until the end of May. So our boss is awesome. Absolute legend of a boss. He's basically taken a 50% pay cut to pay for us to be paid at an 80%. Of our average wage.
Yeah.
So but the thing is, here's the thing about this coronavirus thing. For every Gemma Collins, there's a guy like that as well.
Yeah.
Oh, it gets better. So he basically turns around and says, right, he actually got coronavirus, and he turns around and says, right, so I'm doing this for you guys. Don't worry about me. I'll be all right. So right, so the boss goes, right, okay, we'll close down, we'll do a deep clean, get everything sorted out, put it all away, take what you want from the fridges and freezers because we can't keep it. So I ended up with supplies of food. 3/4 of it went to homeless shelters. We did stuff like that. We had a massive lock-in, so we all got pissed to reduce the stock levels because like draft beer, we cannot. It's so short life.
Yeah.
You cannot physically sell it after 3 weeks.
Yeah, I've seen videos of them turning the taps on in the cellar and just letting it go down the drain.
Yeah. So and they're not cheap either. So
No,
anyway, back to what I was going to say. So I held a pub quiz style get together on Facebook Live with all the team. So we did a massive quiz. So great fun. The banter was there. Everyone was happy. So they've all asked me if I'll do it again next week and all this stuff. So it's possible to still socialise.
Yeah.
But at the same time, every gamer in the world's gone, haha, this is what I do.
Yeah. I've even said that as well. This is what I was born to do as a podcaster and a gamer. It's what I do. You know what I mean? It means we can get more costs. I've done more podcasts in a week than I have in the past 6 months.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's one of those. You have the time to do it, and there's no pressure of work the next day, so you don't have. You know what I mean? But apart from one of us has that.
You see, I know it's bad and everything, but I mean, I wish that I had that. I mean, it took me until, I mean, when did this all started? However many weeks ago.
Yeah, the lockdown officially started a week and a half ago.
A week and a half ago, the official lockdown.
10 days.
Apparently, I'm a key worker. Okay, so I'll explain my job. I work and I analyze a set of data based on a certain level of person that we employ on a month-to-month basis, and I take all the data, put it in a spreadsheet so that other people who also work in where I work can look at it.
Okay.
That's what I do.
And you'd thought you'd be able to do that from home?
You would. But initially, no. I was classed as a key worker, so I had to come into work every day. So, and my wife, as I said, is pregnant.
Yep.
So my argument was, she got told, definitely don't come into work. Okay, right. She's on isolation, has to stay at home, isn't allowed to go out for 12 weeks.
Yeah, that makes sense.
At her work, had I worked in the same place as her, I would have been sent home under the same instructions because she's my partner and she's high risk.
And you could have passed it on.
And I could pass it on. My work, no. I specifically brought it up and got told no. It doesn't matter. We wouldn't be able to function if we took that into consideration. So
you can't sit at a computer that you podcast on, download a spreadsheet app.
For 10 days or whatever it was, that was the company policy. You're not allowed to go home. Nobody is.
Right.
So then there was a bit of a tiz.
I can imagine.
Not necessarily from me. And now we all have laptops.
So it means that you can go home?
Well, we couldn't go home when they gave us all laptops because we didn't have the capacity in our IT department for everybody to work from home because everybody in IT was working from home.
So what's the fucking point of giving you a laptop then?
Well, they've upgraded it and sent us home. But what I found quite funny was everybody in IT gets told they aren't key workers and they can go home. Everybody in IT gets told they can go home, and then we work in finance, but we can't go home because we're key workers.
So hang on a minute, it's okay. We need to make sure somebody knows how much money we've got. Hang on a minute, the finance computer's broke. Oh shit, we can't do it because the IT guys have been sent home.
My point exactly.
See, so my wife's class is a key worker. She works with DWP, and she says literally as soon as they announced full lockdown, the phones erupted, and she's now got like a 500% increase of people trying to sign on to universal credit, and people kicking off saying, "Am I going to get my money or not?" and all this stuff. And they're on a 30% work staff as well.
Yeah.
So they literally have sent. She said it was scary the amount of people at high risk that work for civil service.
Yeah.
It's literally as soon as it said that just the whole entire office just dispersed. It's just scary.
Yeah.
So she's now pulling 6 days.
Jesus.
6 days just to get through the whole of everything. It's crazy. She's coming home. She's like doing like 8 hours. She's absolutely knackered. So it's just like I really do feel sorry for her. And I'm sat here at home with the kids, and I'm there going bored. I want to be at work. I want to help. I can't do it because I'm classed as a high risk. So I'm asthmatic. Says right, great. Says right, all the kids are kicking off because they're bored. 2 of them are high risks, so they can't go out as often. So I would like to take them. It's just like fuck's sake. It's painful. It really is.
See, I'm quite lucky. I mean, it's like my partner's got, but my wife has got asthma, but it's mild asthma.
Right.
So she's not technically classed as high risk. But she's also been told that if she feels vulnerable, she can isolate.
Right.
Which is fantastic. She's classed as a key worker as well. She works at a school.
Yeah.
And technically she's a nursery nurse, but she works as part of a school. And what they've done is they've merged all the classes together to make one sort of biggish class.
Yeah.
And she only now has to work 1 day a week on full pay.
Yeah.
Which is great. I mean, she's home most of the day. I mean, she's better at teaching the kids than I am because, it's one of them things. We always made the joke that she was the pediatric, I was the geriatric sort of carer. But it's sort of her forte. But they're doing well. I mean, we went to, because we got young kids, as Bunkell will find out, you're entitled to free school meals up until the end of year 2.
Yeah.
And we were, even though we don't really need them, we are entitled to a set of meals from the school. So I went and picked. I forgot. I didn't bother last week.
Yeah.
But I thought, do you know what? Someone else could go and have them. There's someone more needy than us. And then I realised how much you would get and how much it would save us having to go out unnecessarily to the shop to get stuff in, like bread and things like that.
Yeah.
So it's less risk for us to go out and pass stuff around. So when I went and picked them up today, and I got like 2 bags full of like tins and stuff like that. It was like beans, it had soup, it had biscuits, it had all sorts in it, fresh veg and fruit.
Right.
It was their good angle because I've got 2 kids at school. I was entitled to 2 of them plus 2 loaves of bread.
No, can't be bad.
And this is one in the cupboard, 1 in the freezer. But we was also given, because we've only been homeschooling, my little lad, it's hard to keep up with him because he's really, really intelligent and he's breezing through the maths. I mean, for example, we've got a girl that lives with us who's in year 9 and she's been given a load of maths work to do. And she's struggling it. And my son, he walked up to when was middle of the conversation, walked past us and blurted out the answer.
Yeah.
To a year 9 maths question. He's 6.
Sounds like our Luke, that.
So it's like, oh my God. So he's been given some year 2 work to do to see if he can do it on maths work. I'm predicting he's going to absolutely smash it. He's going to absolutely annihilate it. But he was entitled to all this like free stuff. So I thought, you know what? It saves me having to nip out constantly around people who potentially may have it, who have to go out and get their supplies anyway because they've got no other option. It makes sense to do it, so I did it and I got it. And it's less wastage as well in a way. But yeah, as we're talking about what we're doing in with our days, obviously, Bunkell, he's still working at the minute, but you're told you can come home now.
Well, yeah. Basically, we're on a rota, so we are, like, I think there are, God knows why they did it, but there are 4 teams spread across 4 teams with somebody in each team from each part of the department, basically. Mm-hmm. I don't understand why they didn't do 5 teams, because you'd think 1 a day. That might have been an easier idea, but nevertheless.
No, because you've got 4 teams. It's 4 weeks and months thereabouts.
Well.
So they'll do a 4-week rota.
But then you can also argue the case that if you go for 5 teams, it's 1 a day, innit? So it's 5 days in a working week.
That's what we all argued. It's just 5 days a week, yeah. But nevertheless, so basically we work on this rota. Sometimes we're in work, obviously, the majority of the time we're at home, and then we do, I think it's 1 or 2 days a week, depending upon the week. Mm-hmm. Does it work? Well, we did 1 day of testing to see if people could get online at home. So they didn't really look into it properly. Today was an absolute nightmare. I nearly threw the laptop out the window because I couldn't access the simplest spreadsheets or do simple tasks because it was that slow with that many people trying to work from home. But it is what it is. We've been told, even if you're like even if you basically you're struggling to a point where you can't really do your work, they'd rather you sat here and tried to solve it at home than come into the office.
Yeah, because it defeats the whole point of being sent home
Yeah.
to isolate.
Yeah, exactly. You obviously put yourself at more risk if you come into the office, which I get. But I would just my issue was because they rushed to do it, and the way that let's call them the bosses reacted. They were, it was an all or nothing scenario basically.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas they could have started this rota earlier on, and you still could have got all the work done, even with people not being able to work from home.
Yeah.
But until we've got this sorted, we can't do it. But then we didn't really do any testing, so now everybody's having problems. And okay, it might take a few weeks to sort that out, which a lot of time things do. But it's I think forcing people to come in for those 5, 7, 10 days, whatever it was. Bear in mind that we're in a setting where the majority of the people in this area who have caught the actual disease are.
Yeah.
It's that's what that I don't know. I would have handled it differently.
Yeah.
And I just think you were putting people who were high risk at risk for no reason. Really.
Yeah, absolutely. This should have been planned out. There should be like a contingency plan sort of thing, especially in NHS when they know these medical sorts of emergencies sort of thing. I mean, these plagues have happened before. It's not a new thing. I mean, we've had the Spanish flu. That was over 100 years ago, just about. I said to my wife, we're due something. Hey, look at what happened.
Well, they said this always happens every 100 years, usually around the 1920s, the 20s.
Yep.
Right.
Yep. It's not
so
wrong.
if you actually look back, it literally is every 100 years a big pandemic happens.
Yeah, it was literally just over 100 years ago. Spanish flu happened.
Right.
And it was at the end of World War One. So it's quite scary actually how almost a round number it is. But we're talking conspiracy theorists there now. So, but we're not.
It's been some good ones. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm liking these. Oh, I tell you what, I like a good conspiracy theory, mate. They're brilliant.
Apparently, it's a
Everything
man-made fucking virus that's designed to to fucking control population or something stupid.
Yeah, reduce populations in China. What was the other one? To make the Chinese economy grow faster because affect them first, everyone else gets affected. As soon as they're cured, everyone else will get cured. Because they're cured first, their economy grows because everyone's relying on them. Oh, it's brilliant.
Yeah, it's like that's similar to the one that I heard that they did it because they knew it would affect the American economy more than their economy because they already had a cure. So they then cured their own people, and they'll let it rub out some of the American economy, and then they'll bring the cure out so that they become a higher power, a greater force in the world than America are.
Yeah, well, because their economy was slowing down, down at an exponential rate. So that was the whole conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
That was a good one. Or Trump wanted to start a war with China. China.
Well, it's mostly financial fucking stuff when you come to the conspiracy sort of thing. But then you also another negative thing that's happened of coronavirus is fucking profiteering that I've seen all over the fucking place.
Yeah,
like, you got shops
sanitizer
like
bog rolls going up like 20 quid.
Yeah,
what's going on? Crazy.
Yeah,
crazy.
There was a guy, wasn't there? Was a very famous story online where a guy fucking bought a garage full of hand sanitizer and Amazon stopped him selling it.
Yeah, because he was charging $70 a bottle or something.
Something stupid, yeah.
Yeah, and Amazon stopped him from selling it, and then he gave it all away. Apparently, he gave it to charity or something like that. But I was like, I bet he's fucking sick now. He's probably spent like $15,000 on fucking hand sanitizer or something ridiculous.
Yeah.
And then they've just gone, stop being a cunt.
Yeah, basically. I mean, there was a shop in Blackpool that was they got a pack of kitchen rolls and doubled the price.
Jesus.
Things like that.
Oh, that bingo one you put on.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
I remember that. Right, I got another fucking name and shame right here. House Amusements on Dale Street. All right. If you give these guys if you give these guys your customer, don't fucking speak to me again.
Yeah. So if you don't know where that is, it's near the police station. It's like the back street after.
Yeah, let's not advertise our location.
Yeah, I know. I'm advertising those locations to go there and give them shit.
But yeah, what they decided to do would be an amazing idea. Remember back when there was talk of people fucking stockpiling toilet roll. You couldn't get toilet roll for love nor money. And then next thing you know, I see this Facebook post where they're advertising. They've got all these bog rolls outside this arcade. And I mean, it's the full fucking length of this arcade, stacked about 6 or 7 tall of the packs of these bog rolls. I've got toilet rolls and kitchen rolls all together. Bear in mind, this fucking arcade isn't that big, you know.
No.
It's smaller than your average Tesco Express. Let's just put it that way, yeah? Right? So, and
they also sell 99p burgers, don't they?
Yeah, getting onto that. They have, literally, a little takeaway in the corner, a tiny little bingo hall, and a tiny retro sort of styly arcade with a couple of pool tables in it, right? They've got 2 little toilets in the back with 1 shitter in each, right? And they want to tell us that they've not been stockpiling these toilet rolls because they've got 2 fucking toilets in the building. But no, they need a whole fucking length of an arcade full of these toilet rolls. And then, here's the kicker. Here's the fucking absolute juicy steak of this fucking meal, right? They were giving packets of toilet rolls, 12 packs. Right, I had 12 packs, not even the massive, great big ones, fucking 12 packs, right? For 1 win on bingo.
Fucking hell.
When we are supposed to be socially distancing, keeping 2 meters apart. No, if you're desperate for toilet roll, come to us. Come and give us your money. Give us a quid a throw on the bingo and stick 50 people in close proximity to each other and essentially celebrate a pile of bog roll for 50 fucking quid. But no, you didn't have those stockpiled, did you? No, you never have. You've had these this whole time. You've never bought, I know what, I will buy all this bog roll and then make a profit out of it. No, you never did that, did you? No. I called them out on it and went on a fucking diatribe on Facebook, which I screenshotted, I think, and tried to send to you. And they deleted it.
Oh, God.
So I responded and went, oh, you deleted my post. They deleted that as well.
Lovely people.
So luckily, I'm quite proactive. I screenshot this shit and I showed people. And the next thing you know, they had a change of heart and decided, they're going to actually follow government advice and close the shutters.
Oh dear.
No, you sir would have carried on if you weren't called out of it. You fucking cunt.
Crazy, absolutely fucking.
Yeah.
Look at they've got a name and shade businesses.
I hope that arcade is the first casualty of lack of trade in this fucking town. I hope the cafe that's associated to that family, the music stores associated to that family, shuts the fuck down. I hope they go grovelling to the fucking job centre and get told, fuck off, you've got enough savings, go and fuck yourself and starve.
Oh, look at the Pleasure Beach.
Evil cunt.
Look at the Pleasure Beach.
They're another one as well. They also got a fucking public good hiding. They were going to hook up the same weekend. Everyone went to town of it, and the good management went, oh, shit, we better shut down.
Yeah, that was in the paper and everything, wasn't it, though? That, they were gonna open the doors and let people in, and just like,
initially they fucking doubled down on it. Said, we
guys, I'm just going to nip off sec. The little lunch just woken up.
No worries. You get back. No worries, fella. But yeah, as I was saying, The Pleasure Beach fucking doubled down on this. It was like, oh, we understand your concerns. We wipe down all these things every hour. So, yeah, but how many fucking passengers do you have in an hour, you thick twat?
Well, yeah, exactly. That was the thing that got me. It's like, oh, we'll make sure we've got people keeping you like spaced apart by 2 meters, but then I'm not 2 meters away from that fucking person, am I?
Yeah, you don't really want to open up if you're keeping two people 2 meters apart on the fucking roller coaster, which means you're basically gonna have one person sat per carriage. You are not making money.
No.
So why are you opening in the first place?
Yeah. Well, that's just it. Like, I wouldn't mind, but it's I don't know if you've been out and about recently, but like, you know, I was out picking up some. I had to go pick some. What did I pick up? Just, you know, general essentials and whatnot. I mean, the way we try and do it is I try and go out and do everything because in theory I'm less high risk.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and obviously with where I work, you can't get much closer to it than the people who are actually working with the people.
Absolutely.
You know.
Yeah. You're fucking staring death in the face, man. Let's be honest. On a fucking daily basis. Never mind it's coronavirus shit.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, I would never come and say that, you know, I should be treated as like. There's a lot of things that people have been doing for the NHS and saying that, you know, for the people who are on the front line in the key work and stuff. And, you know, I personally see that as that is for, you know, that's for the doctors, that's for the nurses. Absolutely. That's not for me to take advantage of.
Wiggle the mouse and grab the keyboard.
Yeah, exactly.
But then they're trying to say that you're always more vital than some of the fucking staff that have actually let go. And it's like, well, no.
Yeah.
I mean, what use is analytics when you got to save people's lives? You know, you can analyze data later.
Well, that's it. You could that's like the bread and butter of my argument. If IT can go home, you know, IT who have to support, you know,
the whole hospital.
Yeah, well, they have to support the whole hospital, but that includes like systems that are used in clinical areas. Yeah, systems that they might need to you know, in, you know, diagnostics of these people, or, you know, or in treatment of these people. They can go home, but me, who wiggles a mouse and types on Excel all day, can't go home. How does that work?
It's dumb. But your computer fries, and then, oh, hang on, no, IT's not here. Go home anyway. Yeah. It's fucking stupid.
Yeah, exactly. You know,
That's fucking stupid.
Yeah, that was the ins and outs of it, kind of thing. But, you know, but I was out the other day, and they were, you know, you ever been to like the big Asda round here?
Yeah.
Queuing round the side of it, because they're all stood 2 meters apart, but there must have been about 60 people in this queue, and I'm like, it's bloody freezing out.
Yeah.
And I stood there, and I just said, I'm not bothering. It's not that important that I go inside Asda.
No.
Where if you have more than 3 items, they take it off you.
Yeah.
You know, it's just not necessary.
No.
There's still the ability to use click and collect. There's still the ability to get stuff delivered. Okay, you know, you've got that whole, oh well, then you're in contact with that person, but they wear masks, they wear gloves. You know, they put on a damn sight more protection than I will go into a shop.
Yeah, absolutely. I put nothing on.
I don't.
Because there's no point. There is no point. If you don't, a lot of people don't realise how you need to take PPE off. I mean, for example, you could be a random bloke, you know, sneezing and farting on his way around the fucking shop, right? Yeah. You've got your hands, you got your protective gloves on, you've got your fucking mask on. You're going around, right? You take your mask off, you come out, you take your mask off, you start to take one glove off. Yeah. You drop the fucking glove and take it off with your other hand. Your hand is now fucking contaminated.
Yeah.
Because you don't know how to take a fucking glove off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's something I self-taught myself within a week of working in care, is how to take your gloves off without touching the outside of a glove.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a piece of business, but Mr. Random person who's, you know, works, you know, I don't know, jockeying a fucking till in a betting shop won't know how to do that.
No, they won't.
And they'll just contaminate themselves anyway. And then when they've done that, they contaminate their hands, they've got to touch the fucking handle, contaminate all that. So it's pointless. It's absolutely fucking pointless. All you can do is basically worry about yourself.
Yeah.
just keep your distance, and that's the best thing you can do.
Yeah, that's it.
You can do.
Yeah, all you can do, you just have to try and keep your distance as best as you can.
Yeah, and stop picking your nose, essentially.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You walk around the shop, if you're fucking digging for gold up your fucking nose while you're pushing the bleeding trolley around, you're asking for it. You know what I mean? If you can keep your hands away from your face, which I would like to think that you can do while you're shopping, because your hands, are busy, and you push it and you think, oh, right, there's me.
That is the weirdest part ever to come into the competition. Hands are busy. Keep it away from your face. What? Make you selfie, perverts.
But yeah, as you're shopping, you keep doing whatever you. And what you should be doing is washing your hands as soon as you're outside, if you can. If not, as soon as you get in.
Yeah.
PPE.
Well, luckily, I'm a chef.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
you'll know how to use
every 20 minutes.
Exactly.
So it's just one of those things.
Exactly. My hands are cracking up the amount of times I'm washing my hands at the minute. But Nivea's fantastic, but it's not fucking good enough for my skin. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, here we go. 3 grown blokes sitting there talking about moisturisers for hands.
Yeah, I was going to say, this took a turn.
Yeah, this has turned into a makeup tutorial on YouTube, hasn't it, all of a sudden? Which, by the way, I bet
had a better coronavirus.
Speaking of which, I bet YouTube...
Smear it slightly.
I bet YouTube creators are doing well at the minute. Oh, hang on a minute. There's not as many videos at the minute, I've noticed. So, all the videos I watch anyhow. But, I know it's not fun.
Yours is all the one that's like sporting events, so...
Yeah, true that. That's fair enough. I watch Let's Plays and things like that as well, so...
I'll tell you what, I did want to put into one little thing. Hats off to the Mercedes F1 team.
Yeah, for the
hats off to them for the ventilators.
Yeah,
absolutely spot on.
What you're not realising though is who's the first team to actually do that. It wasn't Mercedes. Right? Nope. It was fucking Ferrari. Really? Ferrari shut their fucking factory down and converted everything to make ventilators like a month ago.
Oh. Well, that kept quiet.
And they've been making Ferrari ventilators for use in Italy.
Oh, well, there you go then.
So, yeah, everyone's doing it. Every single F1 team's doing it, as far as I'm aware. They're all chipping in. All these 7 British teams are doing it.
Yeah, look at Dyson as well.
Yeah, everyone's doing it. Everyone's chipping in. Everyone's putting...
Literally, painted a brand new system, ventilators. Yeah. Completely revolutionising the whole concept of them.
Yeah, to the point we've had 1,000 new ventilators in the UK alone.
Yeah.
Plus, in a week. It's ridiculous. I mean, everyone's chipping in. I mean, credit to people who are. I mean, you got obviously people like Ashley, who's an absolute cunt, and he's like, you know what I mean? His way he's acting.
And Weatherspoons.
And Weatherspoons, yeah, they can go and suck a dick.
Yeah.
Won't be spending my money in there any more.
Green King, the way forward in life.
Absolutely. Thing is, I will be coming to Green King because I got a £30 voucher, so fuck you. But yeah, I'll be going there next. But yeah, speaking of which, I suppose we've talked about all the fucking negative shit. I mean, stuff that we've been doing. Obviously, there's been a lot more time for gaming and stuff like that. But what are we going to do when this is finished? What do you think the world's going to be like when this is over?
A bit more active. Well, look how since it's been 2 months since pretty much everywhere's locked down. You know, like Spain, Italy, and whatnot. We're coming into our second week, and the pollution and the human interaction of the planet has literally been eradicated by 10%. Yeah. So, like in Venice, all the canals are now literally you can see down to the bottom because they're not throwing the shite in. The ozone layer, so the big hole down in South Pole.
What it was used to be fucking enormous in the 90s, and it started healing itself. But I believe it's almost pretty much fucking gone.
Yeah, there's still a hole, but it's nothing major.
No.
But yeah, that's pretty much dealt with. Pollutions over China, over Australia. Well, Australia, we'll give them that. They've just had massive forest, wildfires, so they're going to be fucked there anyway. But the pollution, it's calmed down insane amounts.
It's calming down everywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, India's another one. India's another one because it's like they're basically having their industrial revolution as we speak. And yeah, they've had to shut up everything.
I kind of felt sorry for him because they literally they turned around and went, "Yeah, we've just closed the gate. See you later, guys. Fuck you."
Yeah.
And it was like 100,000 people standing outside Mumbai going, "What the fuck?
Yeah.
How are we meant to get home?" And they just basically just closed the gates to the city and went, "See you later. Go now." You were told this is the time we're closing the gates. No exceptions.
Wow.
This is it. You start letting people through, and the next person's got to come through, and the next person's got to come through. And I think that's the right decision. If you're stupid enough not to be home when you know the restrictions coming in, well, sucks for you.
Yeah. So
no one's bigger than the government.
Yeah, that's another thing that really winds me up. But talking about laying the law. So this morning, woke up, put the news on like you normally do, sit down with a bowl of Frosties and a cup of coffee. And they're watching away, and basically, they've turned around and said the police have been told to lax their interactions with people because they're getting a bit too heavy-handed with this new bylaw that's coming.
Oh,
yep. But then if you sprinkle in the fact that apparently the 4,000 troops have been fucking drafted back into action to deal with the coronavirus in the UK. So you take with one, you add with the other.
Yeah, I was going to say, what's the point in relaxing the laws if you're just going to go, tell you what, have some army up the arse, and they'll deal with you. You know what I mean?
No, it's basically, so what they'll do is they'll literally stop in every car at a certain point to go, right, where you going, what you doing. Yep. So NHS have been told to carry their IDs with them. Flash them because I'm NHS, I'm going to work.
Yep.
Or certain key workers, so like factories that provide say Z clothing to Morrison's, the NHS, and all that stuff. Yep. Hi Matty, can you hear me? Twat. He's a key worker. He's been given a letter. He has to show. Yeah. So it was Monday. The police stopped the bus, went through everyone to find out where they're going, what they're doing. So he had to provide a letter and all that stuff. Says it was proper surreal. The way he just basically got pulled over in the bus and 2 police officers come in and checked everyone. It was like, that's crazy.
Yep. So yeah, not all police officers are doing that and being horrible. I mean, my son's just won a police bear, which is getting hand delivered by a copper.
Wow.
So.
You mean he'll leave it on the step outside, stand 2 meters back, and say hi?
Yeah, he's gonna let Rico have a look at the car.
Oh, cool.
As well, while it's parked up outside, and then go. Clearly can't let Rico in.
Back in a second, guys.
Yeah, no worries. He's in the little ones again. But speaking of kids, but yeah, it's some of the things as well. They're not all the police. The police aren't all about fucking smacking people on the head and going oi at the minute.
No.
There's like some like nice stuff going on, and yeah, I mean. We could end this. We've been talking for over an hour now, so I think it's probably time to start wrapping this up.
Yes.
But we can possibly end this on a sort of maybe a positive note. I mean, obviously you've got all these community incentives that are coming in, and people are getting drawn. As weird as it is, as people are being kept apart, people are being brought together as well.
Yeah.
And as evidence around here, when we did the NHS clap last week, everyone was like going like. People we'd never seen before, not really spoke about. I've been living in this estate for 5 years, and everyone was like, "Are you all right? Is there anything you need?"
Yeah,
and we never even so much as said boo to them before.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, they're talking to us like, they have known us for years, they just never spoke to us.
Yeah.
And it was surreal, and it's like, it's a shame it's taken something so destructive to be so creative.
Yeah. Yeah. It's what we said at the beginning. Isn't it?
It is it. It takes something this bad to make something good in a way, and like I've seen on so many posts on Facebook, it's nauseating, but it's also sort of like because it's sickly sweet, but it's also true. I mean, you think about it, all the sporting events have been shut. Imagine when they open up again. Can you imagine they're getting record crowds?
Yeah.
Everywhere. Restaurants are going to be sold out. They're going to be fucking packed out. Pubs are going to be fucking rammed.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for that. That means I'm going to be busy.
Yep. Pubs are going to be rammed. I'll tell you something. If you are a single male, it'll be a piece of piss to pull. I am going to tell you that now, because there's going to be so many fucking desperate women out there. I mean, 12 weeks of not being able to, get dicked by late. They might
it's going to be that. It's going to be that good. It's going to be that good. Dad is going to be able to pull.
It'd have to be the bubonic fucking plague for that to happen, let's be honest. Right? But in the end, though, business is going to be booming because people are going to have that itch. They're going to want to go out or go to McDonald's and have it because they've not had it for so long because McDonald's has been shut, KFC, anything, pubs, you name it.
I can't wait for the piss up. It is going to be amazing.
It's going to be fucking biblical. The amount of I would not be shocked if there is a Blackpool-sized pub crawl happening in the town.
Yeah, it's called the Scum Run.
It will happen.
It happens every bank holiday.
Yeah, but this will be a fucking week-long bender. And it's going to happen every night because pubs are going to be filled to capacity and it's going to be like, you're going to have to take turns to give us your money. It is what is going to happen. Everywhere is going to be rammed. Hopefully, apart from that bingo place, because hopefully it's gone under by then.
Probably.
But yeah, on that.
See, I'm just annoyed because we bought my daughter Merlin passes for the year.
Oh.
So it was like literally for her birthday, which was last week. So it was just like, Easter's coming up. Thought, brilliant, we'll get that, and then this all happened. So we're like pretty pissed off.
Merlin, if someone from Merlin is listening, right, you need to pass this on, all right, to get some goodwill and some good faith, right. What you should do is anyone that's got a Merlin pass for this calendar year, offer them one for next year at half price. That is what you should do.
Well, so basically what they've done is they've turned around to us and says, right, you don't pay for anything for 3 months.
Yeah,
so because we didn't buy it the outgo of the whole year, we bought it on like a direct debit every month. So basically they turn around and says, yeah, don't pay us.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah. So they've frozen your account, sort of thing. It's like our kids when they're swimming. We can't go swimming, so they've frozen it.
Yeah. It's like nurseries, mortgages, and stuff like that. A lot of them have done something very similar.
Yep. Not our rent though.
I thought the government did something about that.
No, basically, they cannot chuck you out for the 3 months.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, they can't. They can't kick you out for 3 months. They can't give you a Section 21 or whatever the hell it is. But you still have to pay the rent back at some point. You have to come back with a payment plan.
Oh, Jesus.
So, I mean, it basically means that my rent would go up like over 30%.
Yeah.
Which is unaffordable.
Yeah.
So you think, yay, I get a break from it, and then you realise, well, hang on a minute, I'm going to have to pay this shit back.
Same as mortgage.
Yeah, well,
mortgage, they tack it onto the end and increase your payments. So, there's ways around it, because when you come to remortgage, you probably knock them 3 months off in the end anyway. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So it's just one of them, isn't it? It's what pick your poison. At the minute, we're just thinking, we'll just pay what we're paying now because we can afford it. So fuck it.
Yeah.
So
it's the best thing to do is pay what what if you can afford it, keep doing it.
Absolutely.
Status quo, and then there's no repercussions later on.
Absolutely. So yeah, we're all gonna get through this. It's gonna be the most amazing feeling when you come out. It's like that scene, in the Simpsons.
But I'm not gay, so why would I come out?
Hey. It's like, oh dear. But it's like that. It'd be like that scene out the Simpsons, when the kids have all been inside and then they come out all.
Yeah, and they're rubbing their eyes because it's like the sun.
Yes, that is what it is going to be literally like, and then everyone's going to get drunk and probably fuck each other.
Yeah. Well, I won't fuck anyone. I'm going to get shit fixed.
Absolutely. And I think on that note, I think we'll call it a day there.
Yeah.
Thank you everybody for listening. I hope it's not been too serious. We said it was going to be a little bit more serious. Obviously, we've had a little bit of humour, and it's not been the same as we've always have done, but it's not the same podcast either. So, to be fair, you got to give us a pass on that. But yeah, we'll plug ourselves. You can find us on all the good podcast catchers out there. Me specifically is on the R.A.D Live podcast, so we're on all the podcast catchers out there: Spreaker, Stitcher, Apple Music, you name it, we're on there. You can also hear me on the Lost Art of Wrestling, Lost Art of Podcasting, along with our good friend Bunkell here. You know the Twitter handles for those, don't you, Bunkell?
They are at Lost Art Podcast and at LAOW Podcast.
Absolutely. And on those same streams that you find Lost Art of Wrestling and Lost Art of Podcasting, you'll also find the Phoenix Pod. where we have just recorded a new episode for episode 2, so listen for that dropping anytime soon. You can also hear me as my alter ego Steve, as Steve AOT GTMP on Twitter. If you go back a few episodes, you may hear me as Varys on Gunpowder, Treason, No Plot. But I'll leave that plug to our good friend Bunkell here.
Yeah, as usual, if you have enjoyed hearing my voice as much as I enjoy hearing my own voice, you can find me on the Gunpowder, Treason, No Plot podcast, where I play the Dragonborn Paladin, Rogar MacLeod. And you can find them on all good podcast providers, and you can follow them on Twitter at Treason No, and you can follow my character at Rogar GTMP.
Can I do a plug?
Whoa.
It sounds like you just, yeah, it sounds like you may need to plug something that you've just smashed a hole into, but yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, go for it. So, of course, Evolution Gaming Clan, we hold events throughout the last couple of weeks to basically tie us over. You'll find us on Xbox One C, gaming community on Facebook and Twitter. You'll also find us on Twitter as well. It's Evolution Gaming Clan on Twitter. Just look that up. You'll find us with a nice little ape face. I'm Reverend AlMo, one of the clan leaders. So if you ever want to do a Friday night Battlefield gaming, give us a shout, put us up, and we'll smash out. All that's on in the Xbox. Thank you very much.
So yeah, it's been a bit spicy, but yeah, I think that pretty much covers up coronavirus, basically. So yeah, don't ask for it on the other podcast because it's not going to be there unless something major happens. Then yeah. So on that note, we'll call it quits there. Just remember to keep your social distancing. Don't go out unless it's really, really essential. Don't travel unless you have to work. And yeah, wash your fucking hands, you dirty bastards. And on that note, I've been Paul Flinders.
I've been the Fat Man Al Morrison.
And I've been Billy the Boy Bunkell.
And you've listened to the Coronavirus podcast, whatever we call it. Thank you for listening. Good night.